All right, folks, what is going on? Back with another video, and today we're going to talk about Xbox new console, Project Helix. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions about that. Also, Monster Hunter Stories 3. I don't know why I am actually excited about this game. I'm not a big Monster Hunter person, but something about this game is kind of capturing me, and I'm going to try it out. So, you guys give me any insight, give me some thoughts and opinions, or whatever you think about that as well, because I'm sort of new to Monster Hunter, but not that much. So, if this is your first time here, welcome. I talk about gaming and everything under the umbrella. I do variety streams pretty much throughout the week. Tonight, I do plan on going live as of this recording tonight. And hopefully you guys come through. And yeah, I do a little bit of everything from action, racing, to sports, fighting games. I do a little bit of everything. So I appreciate everybody who's been supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Look, Project Helix by Xbox. This is a console that for the most part that I'm not necessarily looking forward to, but I'm surprised that it was talked about so early. The reason why I'm not necessarily looking forward to the next Xbox is because of what they're trying to do with their console. Is kind of like pointless to have it because they want to have PC games on top of Xbox games. For all that, I'm out to get a PC unless they're going to do some exclusive stuff, which I don't think that's going to be the case, but I'll be surprised. Nevertheless, here's an article from IGN. I'm just going to actually quote what Asher Sharma said in the article. Basically said it's a great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to returning the return of Xbox, including Project Helix, the code name for our next generation console. Project Helix will lead in performance and play on Xbox and PC games. Play your Xbox and PC games. We're looking forward to chatting about this more with partners and studios at my first GDC next week. So basically, she put that on X. So I got it from IGN. She put it on X. So I don't follow her, so it is what it is. Yeah. So this is my thoughts about this. Yeah, I want to know the performance because this is what they said. The Project Helix will lead in performance. So I want to know what kind of performance they're trying to put out there, and is it actually viable to do that? Because what's going on with the prices or whatever the case may be, with with just parts in general. Just don't know how that's going to play out. Also, I'm not sure if they're going to talk anything about release date or anything like that. For me, this sounds like they're trying to jump the gun because of what's going on with Xbox. Things don't look too good for Xbox right now. You bought in Asher Sharma after getting rid of Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, and people are kind of weary about this. So for me, this seems like this is a move for them to kind of get in the space of trying to find some goodwill with gamers, because right now it's not looking too hot. Nobody's really checking for the Xbox Series. As a matter of fact, you probably can find one for a decent price if you go and look hard enough, because nobody's really checking for it. Even with the prices that are inflated nowadays, you can go and find an Xbox Series for a fairly decent price on the second market. So nobody's really checking for Xbox. It is what it is. I do love what they stand for. I do love what they stand for back in the day, and I love the actual ecosystem. But it's from what they've done in the past like 3 or 4 years. I've just been scratching my head because I was committed. Then there's nothing for me to commit to. I'm out to play games on my PC, so it is to the point now. I'm like, all right, what's going to happen here? The only thing I want to know is what kind of performance we're looking at, because are we looking at something that's going to be like mid-range to top tier PC? That would give me something to think about. But at the same time, I am in the process of buying some parts and building another PC myself. So what are we doing here? And second, as far as Xbox, what are we doing with the exclusives? Are you still going to put games on PC day and date with Xbox? Is the whole mechanism of Game Pass, and how's all that going to play out? Because if you're still doing that, there's no reason to buy Project Helix. Now, gut feeling, well, I ain't gonna say gut feeling, but in the back of my mind, what I'm thinking is this may be a situation where at some point they may say they're gonna backtrack on putting games on PC day and date. I don't think they're gonna stop altogether, but they're gonna find a way to give Project Helix some type of value, because of the simple fact that Sony's doing the same thing. Sony's like, look, we're not going to put our games on PC anymore as far as single player, and we're going to give our console value. Xbox would be stupid not to do the same. You know, that I mean, I get it, you want to be committed, but and then on top of that, I also think that with the way Xbox worded, well, not Xbox, the way Miss Asher Sharma worded this, it's probably a situation where they may not do that because you got to think about it. They said what she said was Project Helix will lead in performance to play your Xbox and PC games. So it's not like they kind of separating themselves from the PC side of things. So that may be the case. So I don't know. That's just in the back of my mind. That could be the case. It's something to think about there. Also, you guys let me know what you think because I'm like, I don't know about the console itself, but they got to give it value. And the wording, what they said, what Project Helix will lead in performance in Xbox and PC games, I think they're trying to separate the two. You guys let me know what you think. Monster Hunter Stories 3. Look, I just got finished watching the Capcom showcase, and it wasn't much there. But at the end, they did show off Monster Hunter Stories 3. And I'm not a big fan of Monster Hunter, but for some reason, this particular game got my attention. This game actually has my attention. Like, I might try this out. And there's a demo that's out now that I may just go ahead and download and look into trying that. So I'm looking at that like I may need to ask for some assistance. I mean, I know I'm going to try the game for myself. It's the thing. I'm going to try the game for myself. Absolutely. But I just want to see what people's feedback is on Monster Hunter Stories in general. Because it's two other games out there. And I think it's another game too. But I know it's two other. What are your thoughts about it? And for somebody like me that only played a little bit of Monster Hunter World, and I've played a little bit of Monster Hunter on I think it was Monster Hunter on the Wii U. I'm not that big in Monster Hunter, but I always wanted to get into the game. But Monster Hunter Story 3 is kind of giving me this vibe of somewhat of like Dragon Quest. Because I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest 11. Now, that's a game that I did love to play. Dragon Quest 8 is another one. So those two games are great. And this is another one that's kind of giving me that vibe. But I don't know. I'm a newbie. So you guys let me know. What are your thoughts about it? If anybody wants to give me any pointers about it or whatever the case may be, what to expect, that's something that I'm kind of interested in. But other than that, you guys let me know what you think about this Xbox thing. I mean, I'm like shrugging my shoulders. I am looking at the wording on this Xbox and PC games that what they're gonna play is kind of separating themselves from each other. And the whole thing about Monster Hunter Stories 3, I'm gonna get the demo and I'm gonna try it. You guys let me know what you think about it. And I'm gonna get up out of here. I really appreciate you guys. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.